Hello everyone and welcome to Vinyasa level 2. We're going to begin on our backs today, so go ahead and lay back in your Shavasana. Let the arms and the legs rest on the earth. And I've been reminded that we are entering into the new moon. So this is a time of stillness and space. So allow yourself to soften into your body here, soften into the earth. Take a few deep cleansing breaths, releasing and letting go of any tension in the body, in your mind, in your spirit. There's a lot happening in the world, a lot of stories and narratives. So allow this space to be a clearing. With each exhale, you release these stories. Just trust that everything is exactly as it should be. Perfect chaos. Trust that everything, every single thing, from a drop of water to an exploding volcano, traffic, weather patterns, everything has purpose and meaning. We are a part of. Feel your breath in your body. Feel the body expand and contract as you take up space. Space for yourself. Space for your healing. With your eyes closed, bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows. Look up toward the higher mind. Imagine a beautiful white light here in the center of your mind, illuminating your skull, your brain. This white light is just washing away the stories, the messages, cleansing our palate so that we may gain a fresh perspective. And this white light begins to illuminate the rest of your body, moving down into your arms, your torso, and your legs. Your entire body is illuminated with this white light, glowing and expanding in every direction, reminding you of your infinite space, your infinite power. Take a few breaths here in the bliss body and the light body. We are so much more than what we see. Only about 20% of our DNA codes are unlocked and active. So may this practice be a portal, a door that can open for you so that you can expand and awaken in more ways than we even know are possible. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here in this space. Then begin to reach your hands over your head, point your toes and stretch the body. And then pull your right knee into your chest. Pull the right knee in, draw it close to your heart, and just breathe into your right hip. Feel it soften with each exhale. Then with your left hand, draw your knee across your body for a twist. Send your right arm out to your side, looking out towards your hand. Breathe along the spine here. And then gently release back to center. Let's switch legs. Pull the left knee in. Hug it closely into your chest. And breathe into your left hip. Feel the hips soften with your exhale breath. What can I release? What can I let go of? And with your right hand, draw the knee across your body for supine twist. Your gaze is out to the left. And just breathe along the length of your spine. Imagine a towel full of water, and we're wringing that towel out. You feel lighter, more at peace. And release your twist. Draw the knees back to center. Then hug both knees into your chest. Just kind of rock side to side, massaging your low back on the earth. We'll take happy baby. Reach the heels up to the sky. You can grab the outer edges of your feet or your ankles or your shins or even behind the knees. Just take a few breaths here as we open up the hips. You can rock side to side if that feels good. And then pull the knees back into your chest. We're going to do a little bit of core work today. So you're going to keep the toes together, bring the knees a little bit wider. We're going to take a crow pose on our back. So reach the arms straight up, your hands stack over the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, pull the fingers back towards you like if your hands were on the ground. Big toes touch, hands are pressing up. We're going to lift our shoulder blades off of the earth on your inhale breath. Lift the chest, tap your triceps to your knees, and then lower back down. Again, inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the core, elbows to knees, and lower back down. And do this a few more times, breath to movement, lifting the shoulder blades up. Keep the low back really pressing down into the floor. Your core is engaged. 3 more times here. The shoulder blades lift, your elbows or your triceps, tap your knees. 1 more time. Lift and hold, keep the triceps to your knees, take a deep breath. And relax, feet to the floor, hands are up and over your head, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let's find that shape again, the crow pose on our back. So big toes touch, knees are wide. Really engage the core so your low back is pressing into the earth, hands are reaching up to the sky. This time we're going to lift our hips and tap our knees to our triceps. So the shoulder blades stay to the earth, the hips lift. Let's do that with our breath. Find the exhale to pull the knees up. Let's do this. Breath to movement 5 more times, really turning the core on. You should feel it light up now. For 3, 2, and 1. Hold, try and keep the hips lifted, knees to triceps, take a deep breath. And gently release, feet to the earth, hands are up and over your head, windshield wiper the knees side to side. All right, feet stay on the ground now, toes point forward. Bring your hands down by your sides, the palms face down. The back of your fingers are gonna brush the back of your heels. Let's take a bridge pose. In the inhale breath, lift your hips up. Shimmy the shoulders together. Interlace your fingers on the mat. Press your feet into the earth. Ground down to the inner edges of your feet. Really press your head into the floor as you lengthen your throat. Lift the hips a little higher. Take a few deep breaths here, getting our heart above our head, reminding us to choose love over ego. Take one more deep belly breath here. And then lift the heels, release your hands, slowly roll the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Keep the feet rooted, fingers and hands are reaching forward again. Let's lift our shoulders off the mat. So you're looking forward between your knees for some core work here. We're gonna move side to side. So try and tap the outer edge of your foot with your right hand, then come back through center. And then crunch over to the left. Try and tap the outer edge of your left foot, then come back to center. And do this side to side. Find your breath, a nice, solid, steady breath as you reach side to side. Maybe you can even reach for your pinky toes. Be nice and strong here. Let's go for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest down to the earth. Reach your hands up and over your head one more time. Heel toe the feet wide. Let your knees fall over to the left. Option to stay here, or you can hook your left foot up and over your right thigh. Take a few deep breaths. And gently release back to center. Feet are wide. Let your knees fall over to the right. Option to hook your right foot up and over your left thigh and breathe here. And gently release. Bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. We're gonna send our legs straight up towards the sky. So legs up the wall here. An option to stay right here if you're menstruating or if you're taking it easy today, so you can send the legs straight up. Or if you'd like to go a little further, we'll take shoulder stand. So for shoulder stand, you lift the hips, use your hands to support your low back. The legs are squeezing together, spread the toes wide, and just take a few breaths here. Just allowing the blood to flow in the opposite direction as we activate prana, the life force that flows through our body. Take another deep breath here. And send your feet up and over your head if you'd like to go into plow pose. Feet do not have to touch the floor. Just keep your hands on your low back if your toes do not touch the ground. Your knees can be bent. Let's take a nice deep breath. Reach up for the outer edges of your feet if you're in your plow pose. Slowly roll down into your happy baby again, getting the low back on the earth. You can rock side to side if that feels good. All right, pull the knees into the chest. We're gonna start to rock and roll the length of the spine. So building momentum here, rocking and rolling forward and back. We're gonna rise all the way up into our chair pose. Find momentum. Lift yourself up, sit back into your chair pose. Good work, everyone. Bend your knees, reach forward and up. Try and bring your elbows up to your ears. Draw the navel in. Again, imagine your back is on the floor, so we're not swaying in the hips. Really draw the navel in, inflating your low back. Take a deep breath. Exhale, airplane your arms. Reach your hands back and behind you. Pinkies squeeze together, the palms face down. Sit a little deeper, take a deep breath. Inhale, reach up, stand up, gaze high. Exhale, take a back bend. Cactus the elbows, expand your chest. Inhale, reach the arms high again. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands to the earth. Heel toe your feet to hips width distance here. Bend your knees, grab your elbows for a ragdoll. You can rock it out side to side. Feeling the low back release. Release any tension in your shoulders and your face. Kind of wiggle your jaw side to side. Feel the crown of your head pour open. Bring your hands down to the earth. Heel toe your feet wide. Turn the toes out 45 degrees. Malasana, sit low. Bend your knees, sit down into the hips. Palms pressed together. Lengthen through the crown of your head and breathe here. We're getting deep into the hip space today. Really trying to connect to the intuitive emotion that exists within. We know now that we have to move through our feelings. We have to hold space for all of the emotions, not just the ones that feel good, that are easy, but also the shadow aspects of ourselves. Breathe through the emotion. Allow it to teach you. We are our greatest teachers, our greatest healers. Take one more breath. And then bring your hands down to the earth, straighten the legs, heel toe your feet a little wider. So you're in a wide forward fold. Heel toe your feet off the mat if you want to. Forward fold, relax your head, just getting a nice stretch along the back of the legs. Take a deep breath here. And then let's heel toe our feet all the way back together. Big toes touch. You're in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Gentle bend in your knees as you relax your head. Inhale, find a halfway lift to lengthen your spine. Hands can come to your shins or fingertips to the earth. On an inhale breath, your core is engaged. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your feet back into your plank pose. Shoulders are over your wrists. Your legs are nice and strong. Really expand through the shoulder blades to the back of your neck. Find a deep inhale breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra. Draw the shoulders back and together. Squeeze your legs. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, press up to plank pose or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Stay here for a few breaths. You can find any movement that feels good. You can walk out your heels. You can rock your hips side to side. You can nod the head yes and no. Two big movements happening here. On the inhale breath, you're pressing through your hands to send your hips as high as you can, away from your wrists. And then on your exhale breath, you're softening your heels, allowing the back of your legs to relax for a deeper hamstring stretch. Take 3 breaths right here, nice and strong. Really press your fingertips into the mat. Take a deep breath. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, relax your head. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Send your hands up and over your head. Exhale, chair pose, sit back into the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, airplane the arms. Reach your hands back and behind you. Inhale, reach up, straighten the legs, gaze up. Exhale, take a back bend, cactus the elbows. Inhale, reach your arms high, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, option to hop back into your chaturanga or flow through. We'll lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good work, everyone. Let's flow through our sun salutation one more time. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold, relax your head. Inhale, bend your knees, rise up, mountain pose, reach high. Exhale, chair, sit back into the hips. On an inhale breath here to lengthen. Exhale, airplane the arms, reach the hands back. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach up to the sky. Exhale, take a back bend, cactus the elbows. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, float through chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. Press through the hands. Feel the heels soften to the earth. Walk your hands back to your feet. So now you're gonna forward fold the back of your mat. Heel toe your feet to hips width distance. We'll take gorilla pose. Bend your knees. You're gonna slide your hands under your feet. The palms face up like you're walking onto your hands. Really keep your weight into your heels here so you don't roll forward. I've seen it happen before. Press your toes into your wrists. Relax the back of your head and then try and straighten your legs a little bit. If you need a little bit more, you can bend your elbows, pulling your heart closer to your knees. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. And release your hands to the earth. Bend your knees. Start to roll up, stacking 1 vertebrae at a time to standing. Keep your feet at hips width distance. Bring your hands to your low back. Interlace the fingers behind you. Press your palms together. It's okay if the elbows stay bent. Take a nice bend in your knees. On the inhale breath, you'll lengthen your spine. Maybe you can straighten your arms back and behind you. Exhale, begin to forward fold, bringing your hands up and over your head towards the floor. Draw the navel in for an engaged core. Really ground down through the inner edges of your feet. Relax your head, look side to side. And then gently bring your hands to your low back and then down by your sides. Let's walk the hands forward all the way out into our plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Bring the feet together in plank pose. Drop your heels over to the left. Send your right arm high, side plank. Always an option to lower that bottom knee to the earth, or you can float your right leg up into the air if that feels good. Take a nice deep breath. Plank pose, both feet to the earth. Good job, everyone. Drop your heels to the right. Send your left arm high, side plank. Again, option to take the knee, or you can lift your top leg higher. Let's take a nice deep breath. Both hands to the earth. Lower all the way down to your belly. Bend your knees. All the way down to your belly. Bend your knees. Reach back for your heels. The palms face each other for a floor bow. Exhale the breath out. Inhale, lift the knees and the chest off the earth. Feet are flexed. Draw the shoulders back. Slow, deep breathing here. You should breathe so deeply that you kind of rock forward and back. 1 more full breath. And gently release and soften. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press up to tabletop. And then back into a child's pose. Forehead to the earth. And really focus on your breath here. Slow, deep breath in and out through your nose. And just check in here. How are you feeling? Are you honoring your body? Are you listening to your breath? Have you found your edge for today? Or are you still seeking a little more fire? What are the quality of your thoughts? Are you here or are you somewhere else? Allow your breath to be an anchor into the present moment. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Breathe into the belly. Feel the depths of your body. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Send the hips high. Good work, everyone. On an inhale breath, send your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Right leg high. Exhale, step that foot forward as far as you can get it. We'll rise up into warrior one. Send your hands up and over your head. Hands stack over your shoulders here. Bend into that front knee until it stacks over the ankle. And the outer edge of your back foot is really rooted into the earth. Try and lift your right heel, the front heel, off the mat. You'll feel more weight go into that back leg. Rest the heel back down. Let's interlace our fingers behind our low back. Palms pressed together, preparing for humble warrior. Lift the chest, draw the shoulders back. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, forward fold into your humble warrior. Right shoulder to right knee. Relax your head. Spread all of the toes wide. Take a deep breath. And gently release your hands down by your sides. Swoop them forward and up, back into your warrior one. From here, we'll airplane our arms. So reach the hands back, tilt your heart forward. All right, nice strong core here. The gaze is out in front of your right foot. Lift your back heel off the floor. Begin to launch up into full airplane pose. The back leg floats off the mat. Flex the back leg, the back foot, nice strong leg. Tighter is lighter. Take a deep breath. Now we'll rise up into one-legged Tadasana. Pull that left knee out in front of you. Rise up to standing. Hands stack over your shoulders. Take a deep inhale breath here. Exhale into chair pose. Sit back into your chair. Strong core. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Straighten your legs, relax your head. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step the feet back. Flow through your chaturanga if you'd like it. You can always take your knees. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's do it on the other side. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that foot forward, as far forward as you can get it. We'll meet in warrior one. Reach the arms up and over your head. Shoulders melt back and away from your ears. Lunge forward into that front foot. Squeeze the back leg. Again, try lifting that front heel off the floor. Feel how the weight shifts back into your right heel. Set the foot back down. Take another deep breath here. Just feeling strong in this warrior posture. Now interlace your hands behind your low back, preparing for a humble warrior. On the inhale breath, lift your chest, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, bow forward, bringing your left shoulder inside your left knee. Relax your head. Find steadiness in your feet. Really press your feet down into the floor. Take a deep breath in and out through your nose. And then gently release your hands by your sides. Inhale, swoop them forward and up into your warrior one. Nice work. Now let's airplane our arms. Reach the hands back. Palms face down. Pinkies are squeezing together. Let's float the back heel, slowly rising up into our full airplane pose. You're balancing on the left leg. Squeeze your back leg nice and strong. Spread the toes wide. Take a deep breath. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Pull the knee forward. Stand tall. You're balancing on your left leg still here. Draw the navel in. Lift up to the fingertips. Take a deep breath. Exhale, both feet to the earth. Chair pose. Sit low. Spread the toes wide. Hollow the low belly. Feel the low back expand. Forward fold. Straighten your legs. Relax your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Flow through your chaturanga or just meet us in downward facing dog. All
All right, we're gonna flow through that breath to movement. All right. So spread the fingers wide, feel your heels soften to the earth. Let's breathe together. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Big exhale. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your low back. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten your arms. Exhale, forward fold, humble warrior. Inhale, rise up, warrior one, send the hands up. Exhale, airplane pose, shift forward. Lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale, rise up, one-legged Tadasana. You're still balancing on that leg. Exhale, chair pose, sit low. Stay for the inhale breath, nice and strong. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, flow through chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step the foot forward. Inhale, warrior one, reach high. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your low back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior, bow forward. Inhale, warrior one, reach the arms high. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Step back, float through your chaturanga vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. One more time through. You can do this. Move at your own pace. Feel your breath. Let's go together. Find an inhale through the nose. Big exhale. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot forward. Inhale, warrior one, rise up. You are strong. Exhale, interlace your hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale, forward fold, humble warrior. Inhale, rise back up, warrior one, reach. Exhale, airplane pose, shift forward, balancing on the leg. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, pull the knee forward. Exhale, chair pose, sit low. Stay for the inhale breath. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, flow through chaturanga. Option to skip it, listen to your body. We'll meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Last side, here we go. Inhale, left leg high, keep the breath strong. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana one. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior, bow forward. Inhale, warrior one, rise up, reach up. Exhale, airplane pose, shift forward. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, pull that knee in front of you. Exhale, sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose, find an inhale breath. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow through your chaturanga, or we'll meet in downward facing dog. 3 breaths in downward facing dog, and then we'll meet on our knees in hero's pose. Take a deep breath here in your strength. You've worked so hard. Knees to the earth, feet together. Just sit back on your hips or on your heels. Bring one hand to your heart, the other to your belly. Just take a few breaths here in this space. This space that you've created with your breath, with your intention. I trust the space in my life. I trust my ideas.
I trust that everything is exactly as it should be, in its own timing. Let's bring our hands back down to the floor for downward facing dog. Send the hips high. Look forward between your hands. Walk it up to the top of your mat for a forward fold. Big toes touch. Bend your knees, slowly rise all the way up to standing into your mountain pose. Hands are wide and open by the sides. We're going to practice a balancing pose today. Naturanjasana, dancer's pose. So we'll start by reaching our hands over our head. And then bring your right elbow to your right hip. Bend that arm, right elbow to right hip. You're going to bend your right knee, bringing your right foot back and behind you. All right, find somewhere to focus your gaze. Reach back and grab the inner edge of your foot so your palm faces out. This is dancer's pose. You can stay right here, testing your balance. If you'd like to go a little further, you can reach forward, start to kick the leg back, creating a big bow shape with the body. Find somewhere to focus your gaze. Find a drishti. Take 3 deep breaths here, just honoring the creative dance of life, the dualities, all the forces of energy flowing in every direction. Slowly bring it back to center. One-legged Tadasana. Bring that right foot out in front of you. The arms are high. Figure 4. Bring that ankle to your thigh. Hands to heart center. Sit back into your hips. Feel the stretch around the outside of your right hip. Option to keep hands at heart center. You can bring your arms down to the leg, just adding a little more tension. Trying to stretch that hip open a little more deeper. Good work, everyone. Inhale, rise back up. One-legged Tadasana. Mountain pose, both feet to the earth with intention. Hands by your sides. Just close your eyes here and take a few breaths. Standing in your power, in your own sovereignty. Honoring the power that you have to think freely, to feel freely, to feel comfortable and welcomed in your own skin. These are your basic rights, your birthright, to be here in this space. Let's take dancer on the other side. Reach your hands up and over your head. This time, left elbow to left hip. Shift your weight into your standing leg as you bend your left knee, sending your foot behind you. Find your balance as you grab the inside of your left foot. Again, option to stay right here, or if you'd like to explore the posture a little further, you can kick that foot back, reaching forward, creating a bow shape with the body. Nice, strong standing leg here. Make sure you're not locking into that knee. Lift a little higher, take a deep breath. Begin to move back into our one-legged Tadasana. Pull that knee forward, lengthen up through the spine. Figure 4, bring your ankle to your thigh, hands to heart center as you sit back into your heel. Strong legs, keep both feet flexed here. Option to bring the forearms down to the leg. Keep your core active. Take a deep breath. Let's rise back up, one-legged Tadasana. Last time here, lift. Mountain pose, both feet to the earth, hands by your sides. Close your eyes and breathe here. Reach your hands up and over your head, the palms touch. Exhale, take a back bend, cleansing the body, the heart space. Inhale, reach your arms high again.
Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands to the earth. Let's heel toe the feet together, big toes touch. We're gonna take our crow pose, Vipassana. So bend your knees, your hands are nice and flat on the ground. Fingers are wide and gripping the earth. Keep the big toes together as you send the knees wide to your triceps. Building a little shelf here. Now you can keep your toes on the earth as you shift forward, trying to put your weight into the arms. We're trying to balance our knees on our triceps. Maybe you lift one toe and then the other, finding that space of balance. Really have to rock your weight forward into your fingertips. Let's take another deep breath, practicing this posture. No effort along the path is wasted. All right, bring your toes back to the earth, step it back to downward facing dog. Good work, everyone. Let's take our pigeon pose, right knee to right wrist, pull the knee forward. Right knee to right wrist. Lay that back leg down for pigeon pose. Press up through the hands. So I've got my right knee forward for pigeon. Yeah? All right, cool. Look over your right shoulder, take a deep breath. Then look forward, walking the hands out over your leg, soften onto the forearms. And just breathe here into the hip space. We're grounding back down toward the earth, slowing our practice back down. We've worked hard today to release the excess, the ego, the weight of the world, so that we can create more space for ourselves, for peace, so that we can experience ourselves in our true nature, infinitely expanding consciousness. Take another deep breath here. And begin to press yourself back up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes. We're going to send our right leg high for three-legged dog. Option to bend the knee and stack open the hip. Option to take wild thing if that's in your practice. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. We'll take pigeon on the other side. Bring that left knee forward. Slide the right leg back and behind you. Press up through your hands to level the hips. And look over your left shoulder and breathe. Look forward again. Let's walk the hands forward, settling into our hips. The hips can be a very emotional space, so just honor whatever you feel here. Allow yourself to move through it rather than avoiding the uncomfortability of sensation. Just be here in this space and breathe through it. What do you feel? Can we remain curious to the sensations, to the challenges, rather than reacting to them, rather than giving them power? Can we just breathe and experience? Take another deep breath. And slowly begin to press yourself back up. Tuck the back toes, send your left leg high, three-legged dog, bend the knees, stack open the hip. Option to flip over into your wild thing if you did that on the other side. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Knees to the earth.
Sit back onto your heels into your hero's pose. Option to stay here, or you can bring the feet wide, sitting down between your heels. You want to do what feels good in your body. Option to stay here, you can sit back on your hands, lifting the chest. Option to stay here, take it back onto your forearms. Or of course, you can lay all the way back if that feels good. We'll stay for about 5 breaths in any variation. Try and press the low back into the earth, keeping the core active here. Breathe into your feet, your knees, your hips, and into the heart space, into the throat chakra, into the crown of our head. And start to rise back up to center. Walk the hands forward into a tabletop. Let's make some circles with our hips, big circles in one direction. And take your circles in the opposite direction. And then cross your ankles, sit back into a seat. We'll send the legs wide. Legs wide. And we want to tilt the pelvis as far forward as possible. So if you need to bring your legs together a little bit to feel like you're really leaning forward, you can. You can always bend your knees as well. Hands rest on the earth, or hands can rest on the thighs or the hips. Sit up nice and tall. If you're feeling a lot of sensation here, just stay here, maybe resting your hands softly on the knees. If you'd like to go further, you can begin to pull the heart forward, going into a forward fold. Hands find the earth, taking it as far as you feel comfortable. We want to keep that stretch close to the hips. So if you're feeling it down into your knees, you're kind of going a little bit too far, so just back out. Really try and keep the spine long. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. And slowly rise back up to center. Grab the knees from underneath, pull them into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and hold yourself here in humble yogi. Rest your head on your knees. And just breathe here into this quiet space of support. Om Hare Om. I have everything I need. All of the wisdom is within me. I have the power to access this wisdom at any time. Breathe into the back of your heart space, receiving love and inspiration from each other, from our communities, from the earth. And gently release, sitting back up. Reach your hands forward, roll back onto your back. We'll take another bridge pose. Reach your hands towards your heels, press the palms down. On an inhale breath, lift the hips high. Shimmy the shoulders together. Maybe you interlace your hands on the mat beneath you. Lift the hips a little higher, really pressing the back of your head into the mat. Ground down to the inner edges of your feet. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Big exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, release your hands. Slowly roll the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Heel toe the feet wide, let your knees knock in toward each other. One hand to your heart, the other to your belly. Just take a few breaths here, feeling the length of your spine on the earth. Feeling supported here, grounded. We're going to take another back bend. Option to take bridge pose again, or you can always stay right here and rest on the earth. If you'd like to take it a little further and try wheel pose, I'll be cueing us through that. So toes point forward. That's super important. We want our toes and our feet parallel. Bring your hands up towards your collarbones. Fingers are pointing back towards your shoulders. On the inhale breath, you can lift yourself up, bringing the top of your head to your mat. And when you feel ready, you can press all the way up. Breathing into your heart space here. Take 3 deep breaths. And slowly lower back down to the mat. Again, feet wide, knees together, one hand to your heart, the other to your belly. And just soften onto the floor. Feeling the power of this heart opening practice. We have this new space in our lives. What will we do with it? What will we create? Let's take one more back bend. Option to stay here or to take bridge pose or wheel. Wherever you are, set the hands up and prepare. On the inhale breath, lift your hips. Let's take 3 deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. And slowly release back down to the earth. This time, bring the feet together, let the knees fall out into your Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your one hand rest on your heart, the other on your belly, and just breathe. Breathe into this space. Bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows, looking up toward the higher mind. Are there any emotions left in this space that need to be released? Anything else that needs to move through? Focus on your breath. Allow the exhale to soften. And then reach for your knees. Pull them into your chest, giving yourself a final hug here. Let's keep our knees into our chest. Send your arms out into a T shape by your side. Knees fall over to the right for a twist. Your gaze is left. Just soften here. Letting go. And bring your knees back through center, then over to the left. Your gaze is right. And just breathe. And then draw the knees back to center. Wrap your arms around your shins.
Lift your chin to your knees and squeeze into a tiny bowl. Squeeze your face, your belly, your shoulders, your arms, your legs. On an inhale breath. Exhale, Shavasana. Send the arms and legs long. Palms roll open by your sides. Lift the chest, kind of shimmy the shoulders together so the palms roll open. Wiggle your jaw side to side, softening your mouth. Let the tongue relax. Wiggle your fingers and toes one last time so that the limbs can relax. Take a deep inhale, breath through the nose. And a big exhale. Bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows, looking up toward the higher mind. And just soften into your Shavasana here. Relaxing into your bliss body. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. When you feel ready, you can begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers, toes, and gently rock your head side to side, bringing life back into the body. And reach your hands up and over your head, point your toes, take a nice stretch like you just woke from a long nap. And then roll onto either side, supporting your head with your arm. I'm just resting here for a few moments, honoring the cycle of samsara in our life, these cycles of rebirth. Each yoga practice is a cycle of death, the death of Maya, the illusion of the world, our ego, so that we can remember our true nature, our consciousness. When you feel ready, you can press up to a seat. Return to your Sukhasana, your easy seat. Sit nice and tall with the legs crossed. Let your hands rest on your knees. Just take a few breaths here, enjoying a few more moments of stillness and silence.
And bring your hands to heart center, pressing the palms together. Let's seal our practice today with the sound of Om, the sound that reminds us that we are connected to the entire universe and all the cosmos, to all sentient beings. We are all one. Inhale together. It is an honor to share this sacred space with you. I truly believe that we heal together, so thank you for being here together today, honoring ourselves in this practice, contributing to the collective, raising the vibration of this beautiful planet. Bring your hands up to your third eye, honoring the intuitive space that dwells within. From this space, I bow to the light in each of you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much.